Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, giving infinite praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Ruach giving double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone and Shalom, and salutation to all you sincere Akim across the four winds, pushing this truth with sincerity of heart. I'm your fellow servant, Kasam Magan from the DC camp, coming at you through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Ruach for the elect. This is going to be quick. It's really going to be audio only. Just touching on the topic of the, again, if you watch sports, I know not every Akim watches sports, especially football. Of course, if you do, you know what happened with the Shedeur Sanders thing. You may think, how is this a big deal? How does this link to the truth? And but it does. Everything is relevant, right? Just because you're not aware, just because you don't know, doesn't mean it's not relevant. The reality is, football, right? American football is very important to the Babylonians. It has high ratings, the highest ratings. Football has higher ratings than basketball and baseball and every other sport. So the Shedeur Sanders situation, my 2 cents on it, I'm just gonna really make it quick, is that was Esau Edom, the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of, sending a message primarily to Judah to let Judah know that it doesn't matter how much you want to beg for Esau, so-called white man. It doesn't matter how much you want to beg for Master to like you. The reality is, Master, Edom, Esau, the so-called white man, Master would never let you be who you are, be as confident, be as you are. Master had to remind Judah that know your place. You know, the Shedeur Sanders thing, it was one of those know your place, nigga. You know, you can't be overconfident. You know, like they said, it was a lot of Edomite reporters said that, he needs to be more humble. So they had an issue with a Negro, what they believe is a Negro, because to be honest, if you go deeper into the Sanders family, you'll realize that the Sanders family, for the most part, are actually Reubenites, right? They're not actually, most of them. Some of them might be Judites, but the Sanders family, a lot of them are Reubenites. But they can pass for Judah, right? If you have ignorance, they can pass for Judah. So it was a reminder that you don't get to talk about where you want to go, because we know the Manning families and all that, they kind of, Eli Manning and all that, which the Manning family, those are Jakes too, but again, the world is ignorant, so they look at the skin color, so it's some skin color thing. Although the Manning family, Peyton, Eli, those are Israelites as well, whether you like it, believe it or not, just like Tom Brady. But they just wanted to send out a message that, hey, nigga, you don't get to pick and choose where you go. And this was a message primarily to Judah. Like, you cannot get out of line, know your place. And if you get out of line, we're gonna show you, that, we own this thing, right? So that's what it was. And you can see the reaction across Babylon. Judah is upset, and Judah realizing that it's been 400 years, and Esau Edom still wants to have the foot in your neck, basically. So It's tough, but it's part of prophecy. This is exactly what the Lord was talking about, and these actions are not going to stop. Edom Esau, the so-called white man, is going to continue to be super aggressive against Judah until we actually get this shit together and understand that, hey, listen, when it comes to Edom Esau, and this is war. Begging is not going to work. It's do or die. You're going to have to stand up and realize that either Esau is in chains or you are in chains. There is no place where we are equal and we are happily peaceful. Esau understands that, but Israel is still struggling to understand that they are at war and they are losing, and they've lost the war. So now these are signs that are showing you that, yeah, this is war. This is how it goes. The victor would never let his spoils get to his level. So that's all I had to put out. Like I said, I didn't want to make it too long. It's 6 minutes. That's my 2 cents on the Shedeur Sanders thing. This is war. When you're a spoil of war, the victor would never let you or your legacy rise up to challenge him. And I understand that. We should understand that. Us as Israelites, when we take over, when Yahweh Shah shows up and we take over, we're not going to set up, we're not going to have a situation where Edom Esau or the nations are able to rival our legacy, because we're going to be immortal, but we're not going to have a system where the nations are able to rise and rival and challenge our authority. All right, so this is what happens when you are in authority. You do not let your servants, your slaves, your spoils rise up and be bold. You don't do that. So what Esau did with Shedeur Sanders is what you do when you are the conqueror. All right, so that's all basically. Hey, again, like I said, this, I could bring precepts and all that, but brothers that do know that that's my 2 cents on that. Call halam la Yehovah Shem Shah, double honors to our apostles and elders of great millstone and Shalom, his salutation. To all you sincere Akim, cross the fall wins. This is what it is. But Esau is going to fall really soon. We just have to bear with it and be patient and take this L, right? Take this L, but soon enough we're gonna start winning. Shalom.